I just started recording.
Alright.
Hello, podcast.
Who else has been into frolicking in leaf litter as of late?
Tis
You
the
know me.
season.
Truly.
Tis the season. Wait, we were blue team, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're blue.
I thought you guys always did red.
We did, but they were
Well,
open
we did,
spots.
but then that was when we lost. And now that we're winners.
Red always loses. Unless we're on a team.
Oh, I'm getting
but
destroyed, I'm getting destroyed, I'm getting
it's
pounded.
better
bro.
to not carry all the time.
How about I pound you like a boy? It didn't come out right.
Hey. Mold Eater 500. I assisted on Mold Eater 500.
I'm about to die! Wait, why does it smell like smoke?
Something smells blue.
Oh, I'm about to die. I'm about to die.
I'm currently on the ship placing down my-
Holy,
my
I got a
tower.
throwing knife to my head.
At some point, can we play
Get
the
that
tower?
blood.
We will not be playing the tower. Or I will not be playing the tower. That game is fun.
Okay. Let's first podcast
I was
topic.
destroyed.
Number one.
Hey guys, we're getting
There's a
destroyed.
topic.
Do you think love is about the work or the connection?
It's
Neither.
about the connection.
It's about taking money from
Unequivocally.
each other.
It's about what?
I believe that there's no debate.
Wait. Jack, how do you... Oh, wait, sorry, I didn't do the proper podcast intro. Toddcast. I'm Peter.
Oh my
I'm
god,
with
what is our
Jack.
captain doing?
And I'm also... Jack, say hi.
Hi everyone.
John, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
I'm with Jack and John. And we're Peter. And today we're JPJ. Or PJJ. Is that funny?
It was hilarious.
Okay, thank you. Don't worry,
You're
I'll edit in the laugh track.
Alright, good.
What's it called? So yeah, do you think love is about, like, what do you think love is about? What, like, I mean, like, if I were to ask you to define love, you would all probably come up with like the same, like, or came up with an answer, but we couldn't agree on it. So that means there's definitely like an argument on what love is about. So I'm asking you, hey man, what's love about?
I have a very unique definition on love, and I was actually talking with Aiden about this a day or two ago.
For context, for our audio listeners, Aiden is our friend.
No, he's our enemy. Since time eternal. Immemorial. But, in any case, I believe that love, joy, peace, and all the things of those sort stem from the exact same things. And that they're all part of one whole. And that if you have true love and justice and peace, then it's all part of the same idea of love.
Okay, interesting.
Like-
but how do you feel about the idea that that like peace and joy and all of that are like, it follows underneath the umbrella that is love?
That's what I
should
think.
be the natural result of love.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Like, everyone should harbor love for one another, which should bring justice and peace.
Right, but that is of course if there is justice and peace, and if that is what's being like.
Yes,
that-
but
that-
if
that's-
there's true love in the world,
if
it
there's
is
true
derived
love.
from love.
But, okay,
Or
the
if
question
there's true peace in the world, it's derived
is there true love?
from love.
Do you
Of
feel like you
course.
felt true love?
It doesn't matter if I felt it, it's the foundation of existence.
No, I'm not saying like, I'm not, like, what's it called? If you had felt it or not felt it, that wouldn't like refute your point. But I'm saying, like, do you feel like you've had a source of true love in your life?
I don't know, I guess my parents.
So, are you familiar with the Greek types of love, the 4 Greek loves?
I've heard of it, like brotherly and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yes. So those are the 4 Greek loves. There's 4 loves, which is agape, which is... Sorry, let me restart. There's eros, which is romantic love. There's philia, which is brotherly love. There's... No, philia is like... Oh, shit, no, sorry. Holy crap! I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm completely lying to you.
That's okay.
No, so Eros is
I
romantic
forgive
love.
you.
Philia is like, oh my god, I love pizza, I love puppies, I love the, you know, like, it's the thing that you say you love, right? It's the like love. There's, Storge, which is the brotherly love, which is, you know, I love for you, or like, I love you, I will die for you, I will, you know, like, you know, all those things. It's the thing that you hope to achieve with your friends. And then there's agape, which is a kind of love which is willing the good of the other person. It's a giving love. It's how much can I give this person? You know, it's like, I wish for your success.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean you'll do everything in your power to make them succeed. Now, of course, if you truly do wish their success, you will do what you can to make them succeed. But that's the thing, right? Like, you will the good of the other, which is kind of what we're asked to do, like, when we love people. And it's one of the most truest types of love. But personally, my belief is that if you should marry someone, and where marriage falls in this love, is that all 4 types of love must be present if you want to marry someone. Do you agree?
I think. Wait, I have a comment. I think marriage is a societal construct, and it's not necessarily a requirement for love.
It's more a cultural thing. Well,
yeah.
No. Let me say this. Historically, there is a biological precedence for humans to become pairs for an eternity. Like for their life.
Okay.
Before society, there's like archaeological evidence that people were together. This wasn't a thing with every culture, but it was in a lot of them.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you can still have true love without that, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But what's it called? Let's do some other things. I don't think you should have marriage without true love.
Oh,
I agree with that.
Certainly, yes.
Okay. Now we've done that.
I think that the important takeaway from the ideas of 4 loves, though, is that it's all love in the end.
Yes, and that's
my
that's
takeaway.
where I made the.
It's
As long as
still
you,
just
I feel like as long
love.
as you truly, genuinely do care about a person and want the best for them.
Yeah, what's it called? I wholeheartedly believe that once you love someone, you can't stop. Love doesn't fade. It evolves. It turns into something else. So even if you may have had all 4 types of love present for one person at some point in your life, you know, something may have happened, an argument, a lie, whatever. Something could have gotten in between you, and now you only have, you know, you may only will their good. Which means it doesn't even mean you want them to be as your friend. You may be repulsed by them. You may not feel Storge. You may not want them as a brother. You wouldn't do anything really for them. You may not like them. They don't seem appealing to you. You don't have philia, and you definitely don't want to go on a date with them. You don't have eros, you know.
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
you may have these types of love, these feelings of love, but once for this person, but it doesn't mean it's the same type of love. But I think that if you have love once, it stays. It just evolves.
Mm-hmm.
Now the type of love that should be present always is agape. I think once you have agape, it does not fade. Agape is the willing the good of the other person. Willing the good because they are another person. You know, it's a very, very beautiful thing, I'd say.
I agree.
But that's where I said that if you want to marry someone, I think once you know about this, you have the responsibility, the emotional responsibility to only marry them if you have this type of love present. All 4 types of love present. Now, you know, you may have other factors in your life which may force you to do this or that, or, you know, may be more beneficial for other people in your life, you know, whether it be kids or, I don't know, other things, you know, but if you want a marriage to work, and if it's not just a tool, like getting a green card or, you know, being a good thing for your kids or tax reduction, if you're not using it for that and you're genuinely looking for that connection, then you got to establish the connection. You're not trying to establish just the contract. You need to establish the connection. The contract isn't the connection, nor should it be the connection.
Yeah. I think that a way to culturally, or no, not culturally, sorry, that word was in my mind. A way to somewhat explain what you mean in simpler terms in my idea is that marriage is a contract in our society, but marriage is more of an expression of true love. It, like, turned into a contract,
Interesting.
and it shouldn't be abused.
Okay,
That's what I'm getting
I follow.
from
Sorry,
what you mean.
I just get to kill someone as a pirate. Yarg.
Yeah, don't worry. I was hitting genuinely insane clips while you were talking.
I could not speak. I was in the middle. I had a God, shoot. dang
I
it.
single-handedly commandeered one of their gunboats with 3 people on it.
So, like, what's it called?
Dang.
Like, I would say a parent doesn't have to like their kids. But if you
Oh,
want
certainly.
but to be a good parent, you better love them.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, like, you don't have to feel philia, right?
Okay.
But you should you should very much so feel agape. You should, like,
Yeah,
will
wish the best for them no matter what. It's
Yeah.
your child.
And
if
that,
you don't
and that
do
means,
that, then
so then
that's
there's
wrong.
this part of it that if you truly will the good of another person, what will you do? You know? Like, if you truly will their good, would you put yourself, you know, behind? Would you put yourself second? Would you put yourself third if you truly love them? Would you completely screw yourself over because you love someone? Now, you know, of course, I feel like there's definitely varying degrees of this, but to will the good of another person is to kind of forget about yourself. And then I think because of that, natural, like, peace and joy follows from that kind of love. If you truly love someone, your joy, your peace, and all those things naturally follow. Because
yes, I agree with that.
C.S. Lewis defines peace as self-forgetfulness. It's a sobering moment when you truly don't think about yourself, and that even in times where we, like, you know, we don't think about ourselves and we think about other people, we tend to think about, you know, what can this other person give us, or, like, you know, like, how is this making me feel? But true peace is truly not thinking about yourself. It's thinking about, like, as he puts it, a walk in the woods or a good cup of tea. It's just for a moment forgetting about yourself. So true love should ultimately make you forget about yourself, because you're thinking, well, what can I give a person, you know? Or at least that's what I believe.
Yeah, I think
Can
that
I get some help on the wheel?
Yeah.
I'm on their ship. Sorry.
There's a captain on, like.
Oh,
really
they destroyed our ship.
Don't worry, I'm mauling theirs.
low. I know, I just died. I was, like, obliterated.
But yeah, I think, you know. But then, you know, there's lots of, so there's definitely, like, not, like, in the world of love, marriage is not a necessity, you know. But
Sorry.
it's definitely an experience, like the complete promise of yourself to another person. Promise to not, and it doesn't necessarily mean that, like, you know, I will always like you, but it's that I will, you know, like, I see the good, I see the promise in you, I will your good, and, you know, I will choose to choose you the next day, and I'll choose to choose you today, and tomorrow, and the next week, and 3 weeks from now. Like, marriage is the you know, the choice of choosing that for the rest of your life, despite who this person becomes, because, you know, we ultimately change, and there's the ebb and flows of life, but that marriage should be that I choose to choose you tomorrow.
That's what it should be, yes.
That's what it should be. Now, unfortunately, love, like, the concepts of love and marriage have become, like, bastardizations of what they once were, because, you know, people, you know, confuse connection, pleasure for connection. Now, pleasure's pleasure. It doesn't make it a bad thing, but to confuse pleasure with connection, that is bad. At least that's what I believe.
I agree. That's something we talked about last year in one class. I don't remember which, probably philosophy. But there is a difference, obviously, and today it's not focused on, because the idea of love is more single-minded than this, you know, past idea that you've been referring to,
Yeah.
of 4 types of love, where there's more to it, and it should be more of a self-giving sense.
Yeah,
sense.
or at least agape should, like people tend to forget about that, like, what the basis of love should be is connection, not pleasure. And if it's pleasure, it's
Yeah.
not love. I mean, it may be philia, right? It may be eros, it may be romantic, it might be the sexual, but it's not agape. It's not the giving.
They're captains on our ship, by the way.
It don't even matter to me. Why is our... Oh, I'm like...
In any case, I fully agree. I just, more of an extremist myself. So,
My views of love are definitely very extreme. Like, the only questions are that concern most people then, like, so if that's how you view love, if that's what love is, if that's, all that, then how do you feel about connections like marriage? And we've discussed marriage. We've discussed like how marriage should be the product of love, the result of it, not the promise that someday I will love you. Someday I'll love you. It should be the result of love, initial love.
yes.
And like choosing to choose the next person.
It's like the last part of love, like the final ending,
yeah.
because there's no more to do. Type,
What
so to speak.
else is there to do but to grow old and die?
Yeah.
But surround ourselves with someone who's willing to work and okay. But then there's also the question of, should you date for familiarity?
What do you mean?
Is that, what's it called? Are like a lot of people here? I'm gonna introduce a new thing real quick. A lot of people stay in relationships because they are like, they feel like no one else will know them like how they once did again. And part of that comes from being what's it called? Part of that comes from being the familiarity with the person. So let's just say you're in a relationship for 4 years, or 2 years, or like even a year. Like, you're in a relationship this long, and this person knows so much about you. That's a lot of familiarity. But the question is, should you still be in that relationship if love's not present? If connection or promise or trust is not present? These things that should be the basis of a relationship. If communication, trust, understanding is not present, but what's it called? Knowing of the
Whoa.
person is there? Should you still be in that relationship?
Yeah, I think no, because
Yeah, definitely.
Connecting
Okay,
this to earlier
I
spoken-
know. Man, can you fire me at the ship?
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Yes, man.
Connecting to what
Oh,
was
you
earlier spoken, if it's not true love, then you can't end in marriage. The end goal of every relationship should be just true love. In one way or another, at the very least.
Oh yeah, that's a great way to put it. That at the end of every good relationship should be true love. It doesn't mean resulting in marriage, or it could be true love of a friendship.
Not necessarily.
Yes,
I would say-
that's
I would say-
why I added in one way or another.
Yeah, exactly. It could be. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, like it definitely can be. Oh, nice. Oh, you guys both got on the leaderboard. Nice.
Yay.
Haunted passing is the best. I love haunted passing.
I'm nothing like y'all.
Right.
But I would yeah, that all and that's another big problem is that like your connections with every person that you meet should result in true love. Which, and if you think about life that way, that even if ultimately, your relationship with this person doesn't become the way you thought it might be or may have wanted, so what? As long as it ends in true love, it should be fine.
Yeah.
I think it's also a good thing to declare that you don't want to have a relation to a person. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Like, if someone is not a good person, then there is no point in that I see in trying to talk with them or have a good relation with them.
Yeah, you don't. This
even
doesn't
if
mean
you
like, what's it called? And this is where the teacher part of me comes in. Like, this is the part of me that, like, this is the part of the reason why I want to be an educator, is because it's not just you may never agree with them. You may never be their friend. You may never want a relationship with them. Like, there's nothing to it. But can you truly love someone because they're simply another person? Now, some people may back that up with religion, saying like they're also God's creation. I back it up with even if there is no God, they are ultimately another person. And, if they are another person capable of the same thought as me, then, how can I not love them? Same feelings as me. How can I not love them?
Yes. They're gunboat. They're boarding us massive time.
I can tell.
Yeah, it's pretty horrendous actually. They're like, okay, but the good news is we took over. Oh yeah, okay, they're on the second floor.
I agree with that, Peter. I have like a
In addition.
Well, not so much an addition, but I guess this ties into true love, is that everybody has the same thoughts and everyone's thoughts have the same value, even if they're evil thoughts. Now, I don't think that means that evil thoughts should be entertained, or what is considered evil should be entertained. But
okay, I agree with
believe that they're still of equal worth. Even
they
if
took over the fort, we're about to get like super hammered.
They're
in the end, that means that we should,
because they're of the same material. Like, it's this same brand, different machine.
Yeah.
No, that's actually not a good analogy.
Well, okay, it's like they're, like, say Nazi, for example. Their valuable opinion is that this type of person doesn't deserve to live. That harms the value of another person's opinion and dignity. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that do something about that. Or do not entertain them, at least. Now, this is what I said to Aiden the other day, because I've kind of had all of this conversation already. This is a bit of a controversial opinion, I believe, but we already weigh the value of human lives. We're not willing to talk about it.
Yes.
Now, this ties into Nazis. We weigh the value of their lives separately, which is right, which we all do that, hopefully. But people aren't willing to acknowledge that we weigh lives differently. They just say, oh, these people are evil, so it's okay to do that.
Right. So that's very interesting. So that's based on their actions, but I thought you were going to go a different route with it. Friedrich Nietzsche has been accredited to this belief, which is moral decisions, or like what's it called? Like, morality has an aesthetic basis. Which means that it's like, so the example that's used is that if you kill a butterfly, you're a villain, but if you kill a cockroach, you are a hero.
Uh-huh.
So it's that, morality has an aesthetic basis, which means that,
I see where he's coming from.
Well,
I
would disagree with that.
Okay. Like, so you disagree that people. He doesn't say that, like, that is the truth. Like, he's not saying that's the truth.
Okay.
What he's saying is that that's how most people, like, exist. That is the basis of a lot of their decision making. That's the skewed, like, interpersonal, like, moral compass. It's not. He's not saying that's what it should be, but he's saying that's what it is. That's what it's become.
Yeah, I think that's a good. Sorry, I just had to click back to this.
Sorry, I'm the captain right now, and I'm currently fighting.
This guy is named O.J. Simpson. There's just O.J. Simpson. He's attacking me.
Nice.
No, this is bad.
Who would have thought O.J. Simpson would attack you?
I know, right?
I can see that. Yes, people definitely have a moral basis, because I mean, people. For example, let me put this in the idea of nationalism. Nationalism oftentimes makes people think that the lives of people in their nation is worth more than the lives of people in another nation.
Yes.
And like that has to do with that moral aesthetic. I agree in that sense.
Well, okay. Well, does it have to do with moral aesthetic or familiarity? Why change something if
I
it's something
believe
you know?
it has to do with the moral aesthetic. It's yes, you do know them, and sure, it also has to do with familiarity. But I believe that it's more both. That it also ties in with this sense of. Hold on, sorry, I just blanked. It's both. Sorry, what were we even talking about? I was like throwing dynamite, and my mind stopped thinking.
Aesthetic morality.
Oh yes.
And nationalism.
These people are from another nation,
Yes.
so they matter less. Is the thought? It's
from
more. They don't think that, but
No, they don't
they
consciously think that,
more-
but that's how they function.
yeah, they think more. Well, at least it's not happening here.
Right.
Even though it likely is.
And that's where a lot of people confuse, like, forms of government or politics or or function as being a bad thing. But unfortunately, like, the way we process these things make our actions bad, or make our thoughts like skewed, or. And does that make them inherently bad? No, they're not like inherently bad things. But the way it makes our brains function, I suppose, kind of skews us, which is bad for us. It doesn't make them bad things, It's kind of like a it's kind of like a girlfriend, Like sometimes you gotta break up with a girlfriend, even though it's not good for you, even though like there's nothing wrong with the person. It's a not you, it's me sort of deal,
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I think going back to the idea of like moral aesthetic, like I think there's a really good like contradiction to the point of like something like beautiful being good. Is in a lot of a lot of different berries. This is just like a nature thing. Are meant to like be bright and beautiful, but that's because they are poisonous actually. And I think it's an interesting. This just like popped in my head.
Okay.
It was a point to mention.
But then, okay, yeah, that's it's like it's certainly like a natural like parallelism, but I would say that I don't know. There's a million and one arguments to break that apart, because people may find beauty in something's destruction or in its decay. Like for example, like copper, like the oxidation of the outside layer, like the people find that like the patina beautiful, which is I agree.
Well, is it a destruction or is it a transformation of sorts?
Okay, then. Okay.
I'm not disagreeing. I think it can be
we're
both.
changing the topic, because this is another pack of hot dogs we can open up. This is a whole nother pack of hot dogs we can open up, because then we can start talking about.
My game is totally messed up.
Yeah, our ship is completely like the front end of it is like sinking.
That was because of me. I got stuck in one of the cannons,
Holy
and
crap!
it super glitched me.
We can't go to the bottom floor of our boat because it's covered in water.
It spawns me in the water. I can't live. I can't make it to the ship in time before I drown.
Well, I was gonna say something.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, that's just like talking about like that kind of thing. That's like whole another can of worms. I would kind of like to keep it on that topic of love, but if you want to talk about it,
we can talk about it. Yeah. I just thought it was
because then we can start talking about like how everything is in a natural state of decay, and then that's not inherently a bad thing, and like the chaos and disorder and decay of the universe, blah 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 blah, is the only consistency, all that nonsense. But what is love, baby? Don't hurt me no more.
True.
I think I've already made my stance clear.
Yeah, I think
on
I've,
love.
Yeah.
I think I've made mine
I think we
clear
all
as
have.
well. A lot of like my opinions have been like supported, like, or put into words, helped put into words by So this is a book I really like. It's called The Agony of Eros by Byung-Ho Chan.
Ooh,
It's a real good book. Well, it's more like a
really
long
like that
essay,
book.
and it's a very academic in its wording. And it's been like, honestly, I'm gonna be so honest. I'm not even gonna pretend like I understand it in its entirety, because it was a very hard book for me to read. Like I understood it after rereading it multiple times, but even though it's like I've not finished it yet, it has like maybe 60 pages, and I've had to reread the same parts and like let myself like digest what I've read over like a week's worth of time. But yeah, it kind of discusses how love is being flattened, and to have okay, you can tell me if you agree or disagree at this point. To have true love, one must become uncomfortable.
Okay, I agree.
I agree with that because I think that. Okay, well,
Wait, this okay.
True
Wait,
love-
can I?
on an individual level, it's debatable. You can have true love on an individual level without discomfort. It helps, but it's not required.
I think.
Wait, do you
and
see
you
the
can
boat
find
moving?
plenty of
Wait,
examples
do you
of
see
that
the boat
in the real
moving?
world. The what?
Is this boat moving for you guys?
I'm not on
Like
it.
our boat or their boat?
Yeah, our boat. Look at our boat
Good.
real quick. Is it moving for you guys?
Our boat's fixed.
No, it's I'm like rotating. Like the whole boat is rotating with me.
That's what happened to me earlier, and it ruined everything for a bit.
Cause
I think I had a good conversation with Andrea about this. That we both agree that there's not necessarily a concept of like having a one, like the idea concept of true love is certainly true, but I believe it's impossible to truly attain it, if that makes sense.
okay.
Like in an actual like physical like setting, it's not like
Well, yeah,
possible.
it's because you're trying to make something that is so much greater than. It's like, I think true love is more real. Is more real than we are. If that makes sense.
I think it's
So of course,
like
it's not,
what do
it's
you mean
not
by real?
attainable.
Because I'm confused by that.
It's not attainable. You know, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this as an analogy. Consider it like a fourth dimensional object in a 3D space. You know, we are the 3D space. It's a fourth dimensional object. It's like a steel ball through a cloud. True love
Run.
is not tangible. Now, you know, we can only feel glimpses of it, moments, blips. Now, of course, you can't have it long lasting. Like that's impossible. But to have it like its consistency or how more or its frequency changes, you know, depending on the people you're around, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for its consistency or frequency, you know. Like true love is okay. This is another thing that this is my belief that even if there's no God, that I think that the closest thing that there is to a God in this existence is love. That love is, you know, I can connect this into Eastern practices and like Christianity and all these things, but I feel like
Love conquers all.
I feel like love, you know, the connection of another person, true understanding, communication, all of these things, it is the thing that separates us from being, you know, physical beings to it sounds stupid if I say it like this, from being like spiritual ones, love beings of pure love and like creation and joy and connection, that if you truly want true love, you cannot physically exist.
Okay. Sorry,
So,
it's really difficult for me to multitask and like talk and put together at the same time. It's real. I agree to the podcast, but I'm low-key not going to be contributing a whole lot, and I might like say nonsense at points. But yes, I agree. I think probably.
I think that true love is attainable, but extremely difficult, and it will take a long time, because I believe that true love is only attainable when society is in a state of love. Because I think that society and the person are intangibly connected, no matter what you want, or how hard you try to change that.
You believe the what?
Society and love are intangibly connected, and like inseparably. I mean,
Holy, we are crushing it. Sorry.
Wait, so you think that love and society is like, so you think you're saying that without society love can't exist, or you're saying without
no,
love,
without
society
love,
can't?
society can't exist.
Okay, then yeah, I would say it's a lot more one-sided, that without love, society can't exist. But if you were to like say the other way around, that like they have to like both exist for each other, I would say that's bull hockey.
I disagree. Yeah, I don't think that. I just think that the more perfect a society is, the more love it has. And when it has complete love is when it is perfect. And that's not unattainable. It's just very, very difficult.
Oh, we knocked out one of their mats.
So I've had a friend describe love as I've had a friend who's described love as to be known. That complete understanding of the another person is love. Do you agree or disagree?
I think that true love it's more than just completely understanding someone, because you can completely understand someone and hate them. I think that completely understanding someone is more of a sign that you tend towards an extreme with them, like they're your nemesis or your true love.
Interesting. Okay. Well, how about this? I feel like that if you view them as an enemy or you view them as a nemesis, then you don't truly understand them. Because to truly understand another person is to understand yourself. To truly understand another person.
No, I disagree with that, because I understand. Well, I'm not going to say that I truly understand anyone, but I understand those who disagree with me. And
no. Okay.
I believe that they have good reason to have their opinions.
But I would like to argue that you don't truly understand the person. The person, you truly understand maybe their beliefs or their actions or like the sum of what they've done. But to truly understand someone is to kind of understand their mechanisms, is to understand your biases, is to understand your faults, understand that they're also another person, just as you are. So to understand another person is to have to understand yourself. And that I feel like a lot of the disconnection between other people, what prevents us from loving another person, is not understanding the part of ourselves that we see inside them. You can disagree.
I mean,
I'm just making my argument.
To truly understand someone in this sense, you would have to truly understand yourself. But that still doesn't mean that you are inextricably linked to someone if you just fully understand them out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying you gotta.
Not out of nowhere.
I'm not saying you have to be in a relationship with them, or agree with them, or to be their friend. You know, you can but I'm saying like you don't hate them, but you can you can still dislike. You can hate their actions a lot more, but you still love the person part of them, not their actions, not their beliefs, not their choices. And then that's a whole other can of worms, because then you start asking, then what is a person? You know, is the person the actions? Is it their song choice? Is it their, you know, what is the person? Are they the sum of all things? Are they not the sum of all things? Are they the objects, the things, the observation of these things? It's a whole can of worms.
I think that it's a lot. Oh my goodness, our ship is spazzing out.
Yeah, I'm glitching through the floors right now.
Yeah, it's like sinking, but not really. I don't think it's as complicated as anyone makes it out to be. I think that it is true that complicating it can help you understand it better and add a deeper part to it, or a deeper sense to it. But the greater an understanding of love you have, the more simple you will feel that it is.
Oh yes, I agree with that. I definitely feel like these words are definitely like, it's a good way to contextualize it. But if anything, these words are a better way to think about like how other people think about it. rather than the actual subject of love itself. That like the actual true idea and subject of love should simply just be simple. Now, I don't think it's easy. I don't think love is easy. Love is difficult. Love is painful. Love is at times agonizing. But, that, you know, like, hold on one second. I gotta lock in. You know, love is, but like, what's it called? The idea of love, the concept of love is simple. It's the giving, you know. But that doesn't make...
I would say love's complicated.
What?
I would disagree with you that love is.
No,
Well,
I think,
okay, never mind.
Yeah, basically what I'm saying is that the actual thing of love, like the concept behind it, or the feeling behind, like the total feeling of love, is not complex. But our feelings...
the better you understand it, the more
yeah, what's it called?
is.
The feelings of our, like, the way we feel about it, the way we repress it, choose to express it, are like the way that we've like been raised or grown or, you know, fought other people. That kind of skews, that makes it more complex, you know? Like, it's harder for someone to love if they've not been shown love, right? And that's, like, the experiences. So, basically, what I'm saying is our humanity is the thing that complicates love.
Okay, I agree with that.
But it's also, our humanity is impossible to exist without love. That our love is what makes our humanity human. But it also, like, our attempt to understand and our attempt to monopolize or convolute or explain or define makes love not as much as love. It makes it less like love. It makes it more confusing, more painful. So that's what I mean by to attempt true love, which should be easy. One must become uncomfortable, which means getting rid of what makes them comfortable, like the things or their understandings or not knowings of love.
Okay, wait, I can't get on blue team. Sorry.
I'm on red team.
Try it.
Okay.
Because I'm
on blue.
I can't. John, you should do it in red. Because...
What the frig?
Sorry.
I'm gonna be
Like
so
me.
red.
The blue team is locked in right now.
I'm gonna be so if we all join red, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because the times red team lost last time is whenever I joined it.
It was all us. Like, it's literally any one of us can turn the tides with these robots. But in any case,
Holy crap! I'm sorry, but this captain blows right now. Oh my god, I'm the captain now.
I'm the leader. I'm the alpha.
I'm no longer the captain.
There's a guy on the boat with an explosive arrow. He's obliterating us. Like on the main deck. He's up near the wheel. Oh wait, no, he's not. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
so watch out for this guy.
Sorry,
He's
what were we
dressed in all
talking about?
black.
I like spaced out.
Can we jump? Can we open a new can?
Basically, I was kind of reiterating the fact that if you truly want to love someone or something, you have to be uncomfortable. And what I meant by uncomfortable is like, so now I'm like expanding on the idea, which doesn't mean you have to like, needs to make you feel bad, but instead it needs to you need to like grow out of, you need to mature out of your quote humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that true love is more of an expression of what we already have. The words to explain it are part of what's like wrong, because we can't explain something animalistic as true love.
Yes, that love is greater than our human nature and our animalistic nature, but our human nature is closer to it than our animalistic natures.
Bro, this guy's a Chud.
So then that's when I would say sex has little connection to love.
I would say it has little. I wouldn't say it has little. I think once you are at a higher state of love, it can be a greater expression of it.
It doesn't. I don't think it has any part in what actually love is. It can be a gateway, or a part of the expression of it, but it has no part in what it actually is.
It's
Okay.
like it's
I can agree with that.
it's like people trying to attempt to do something where worlds, well, oh my god, where words fail, you know? It's and okay, hold on. Oh, hi Joe. By the way, so Joe's not in the podcast, but
Joe's muted right now.
he's muted right now. Anyway,
Yeah.
so as I was saying, Jack, you've had a girlfriend. Have you ever had the feeling of no matter how much no matter how much we get close or hug or kiss, as long as like our bodies are still there, we can't close that gap. But like, and there's like that always that desire of closeness.
What do you mean? Like, sorry, can you rephrase that question? I'm like really I'm a little
Like,
confused.
have you ever wanted to like be close with your partner, but you've not been able to close that gap because no matter how close you get, like no level of like physical contact or touch can close that gap. As long as like you're each in your own bodies, there's no way to close that gap. Do you know that feeling?
I'm
Maybe not.
a little sorry. No, not really. I'm confused. I mean, I really like my girlfriend, but I think there's a certain point where you just have to accept that there is a point where you cannot love each other any more than you already do.
I think you can
and
try
if
to
you do,
understand
then you're getting to
I
a
think
point of
this ties
selfishness.
into true love. I think this ties into true love and understanding, fully understanding the other person. To have true love, which is this greater sort of expression, like this, the greatest expression. There is no more.
Yes.
That you need to fully understand someone, which is to like almost be part of their mind.
Yeah.
In how you were
But and that's
describing it.
why I think there's like an impossibility in it, and that's why I would also argue that something like the expression of sex, although it's like it's an attempt to close that gap. And like, what's it called?
I think this is getting into an area where, like,
You're not comfortable talking about?
like I like my girlfriend a lot, yeah, but I mean, there's a certain point where, what do you mean by getting closer to each other?
I mean,
there's a point where we both like each other a lot, and we both agree with that.
no, I mean,
and we both love each other.
I kind of mean it more spiritual.
It's not demeaning your relationship. It's
No.
saying that
I know, it's a question. I was asking like, have you ever felt this? And I'm like, I don't know if this is like a me experience, but like it was a way I was trying to describe, like an attempt to, like, it's beyond like physicality. It's like you're trying to make this connection with this person, like almost like you're like interlocked souls, you know, like becoming the same creature, the same person, the same like connection, you know, like trying to attempt that ultimate closeness, and like it's a feeling. I don't know. And I was asking you if you've had that feeling. Does that make sense? Or do you?
Not really. I'm really confused still. I'm sorry.
John, do you follow? Kind of.
I've never tried to date anyone, but I understand the feeling. I understand
it's
that
kind of like,
that would be a feeling.
There's
if
I don't know.
had
There's like
tried
there's some
to
sort
or
of there's
pursued loving
one like
another.
TikTok audio. I don't have TikTok, but I've heard the audio, which is like no matter how much we close our faces together, there's like, and as long as like I'm in my body and you're in yours, there's no way we can truly be together.
I think that's a point of obsession, and that's not healthy.
No.
I think obsession
It's-
is the constant desire to try to achieve that, but it's like it's the attempted connection. You know, it's what I believe, what is close to like a true love, like a two souls, you know, trying to kind of close that gap, that separation, and then that's when you start looking at Eastern religion practices, which is kind of like that existence is suffering because it's the separation from every other person, and that, you know, that our truest point is a complete and collective consciousness.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
I'm
gonna provide
I'm
my
not-
perspective. Is that I'm genuinely somewhat considering converting to Buddhism, as like I've already thought about that before, because I feel like that's my expression of I completely agree with you.
But my problem is with choosing like a
I killed Jack.
specific and individual individual religions, is that like I feel like I shouldn't adopt like like say, hey, I'm this, if I don't believe in
It's more of
in
a
the entirety of the dogma. Like I believe
it's more
in
of
the
a like an
individual
overarching thing,
Yeah.
though.
Yes. Like, I believe in lots of individual practices from different religions. That doesn't mean I want to follow the entirety of that religion. Like, for example, I don't agree with everything in Christianity or Catholicism, or I don't agree with everything in that. And if I were to say that I completely agree with it, I would be a liar. And, you know, in an attempt to not be a liar, I'm not going to say, yeah, I'm a Buddhist, because I'm not going to agree with everything in Buddhism, you know? But I believe in lots of their beliefs or practices of connection or you know, of grounding. There's lots of bits and pieces to it. It's something I need to look into more, you know. But yeah, it's kind of like that. Our truest point and our truest understanding and feeling, we attempt to try to become one person.
Yeah, part of this is that inherently being human is somewhat irrational, I believe.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
already a somewhat unexplainable thing. There's no real way to understand what exactly a
it's
human
smoke and
is, or
mirrors.
how any
It's
part of
smoke
the
and
human
mirrors.
mind works. Yeah. So we can't really know ever if that is the true end goal, is to become one, or anything like that. But I can totally get behind the idea that that is the truth, or at least a reflection of the truth, or
Yes.
part of the truth.
Yeah, I think it's impossible for us to know any truth, because, like, if we were to know complete truth, it would be impossible for us to feel emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is that? Another thing? This is a quote I think I made, or at least like I wrote in my sketchbook, and I'm like, holy crap, this is brilliant. Which is, one cannot be both the ideal observer to their life and truly live. Whoa, that's like transcendental, man. See, thank you.
I think that that's true, because you can never, it's just like part of the truth. You
Right.
can never be your own observer.
Exactly. Like, if you try to, like, be a complete, like, objective observer, you can never have a subjective opinion. And, like, this, like, humanity is irrational. It is subjective. It's the kind of like this awkward feeling, you know? So, and that's where love ties in. That to truly feel love, one must be awkward. One must feel awkward, you know? One must feel uncomfortable. And that's what I mean by uncomfortable. I didn't say bad, I meant uncomfortable. Awkward. Confused. One must at some point be confused.
I see what you mean, but I still don't think that it's required. I think that it's just that maybe a way of looking at it is that.
How about this? One must be confused or awkward at some point in their life. That it is required at some point in the life to truly love, which comes with like personal growth and understanding.
Perhaps.
So like, and what I mean by that is that like, so the journey of self-understanding and self-love is a confusing and awkward journey, and I think that is the like to truly know that oneself and to like understand oneself, it is an uncomfortable experience. And for true love to exist, you must also love yourself.
I agree with that.
So
that
then,
you definitely must love yourself.
So pretty much what think about this algebraically. What my arguments are, to have self-love, one must be awkward, and to have true love, one must have self-love. So you know, y equals x, man.
Okay, sorry, repeat that. There was something really weird going on when you were saying that.
I said think about it algebraically, which is like,
View it as a function.
yeah. So,
Like a function 7?
That's a good one.
to have
He would
true
appreciate
love,
that. I blew myself
that
up,
the
bro.
process of self-love is an awkward one. So like awkward and confusing and painful, because like it's addressing your own humanity, and humanity is inherently painful, right? So
Yes, I guess in the sense that nobody is like machine able to do this, even like a hypothetical person. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is that like it's an awkward experience to truly know and love that oneself. And then I also say that for true love to exist, one must love himself. So, X equals Y, awkward, like you must become awkward, you must be uncomfortable to love yourself, to have true love. Does that follow?
We are just throwing mutiny after mutiny. Sorry,
Yes.
this is insane.
It's Mutiny City over here.
Literally.
Every time there's an option, I press yes.
Because I always think it's like
I
you
do
want to
too.
become the captain.
I don't even want to be captain. I just want the chaos.
I just want
I
to.
got these headphones. These headphones always been wireless
Oh, hi Joe.
a couple months ago.
I mean, deep philosophical podcast.
Yeah, it's P and the triple J, man.
Oh, I'm done.
JJJ.
Alright, my throat's a little sore, but it was all very enlightening. Thought about it. I think about a lot of things. About how, like, things, like, I don't know how to express it. But, like, it's all, like, love, like, self-love specifically. It's such an odd thing. Because it all feels so selfish.
Oh,
It's, like,
good argument. Good
inherently
argument.
selfish.
Good argument.
Which, like, is kind of odd. Like, I don't know
Could
how
I
I can, like,
interject my
love
feeling
someone.
on that?
Well, I have, like, one sentence. And I'll let
Are you like
talk.
horribly sick?
I did get, like, my wisdom teeth out a couple days ago.
Oh, damn, that's fun.
And I have a fever. Not a fever, a slight cold.
Last time I got my
What?
wisdom teeth out, not last time, like it's gonna happen again. When I got my wisdom teeth out, I watched the entirety of like The Last of Us when it first came out, and I don't remember a single thing about it. So yeah,
Okay, don't let them steal our ship because they're genuinely like awful people.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm not on, like, any bad meds. Like, I'm not on any big meds, so I'm, like, safe.
yeah.
It's just still kind of sore. But
What's it called?
the
Okay,
thing
so this is how I feel about self-love. So
Yeah.
you weren't here for this earlier. So Joe, I quoted C.S. Lewis. I said that like
fancy.
that true peace is self-forgetfulness. That like to truly feel peace and like to feel a calm, it is to forget about yourself. Truly forget about yourself. Not thinking like
I'd say forget. I would say forgive's a better answer.
okay.
I'd argue forgive is a better word than forget.
You need to like understand, like you need to be with me on this explanation, okay? You need to like
Okay.
attempt to understand what I'm trying to say. Like forgive is a good word. Self-forgiveness is the step of love, but it's inherently thinking about yourself, you know? But what C.S. Lewis writes is that that peace and calm is self-forgetfulness. Not thinking about how you feel about a certain thing, but just kind of feeling the thing, right? That it's a good cup of tea or a walk in the woods. It's self-forgetfulness. So earlier you were talking about how what is it you said? That
Yes.
that self-love is narcissistic? Or it's selfish inherently? Well, I would say that that today's understanding of what self-love is definitely narcissistic because it's doing things for yourself. It's not. Self-love should be like forgiving yourself, forgetting about yourself when you're like like self-love is like not letting yourself get in the way of loving other people.
Right.
So it's self-forgetfulness. It's forgiving yourself for things you once did, which forgiving yourself means like that you've stopped thinking about how you feel about a certain thing or like one thing made you feel. Because ultimately, when you're in a state of me, or, you know, the definition of ego, I, me, mine, when you're in that constant state of me, even if it's like thinking negatively about yourself, I'm going blue, by the way. Even if it's like thinking negatively about yourself, you are, you're thinking about me, which is narcissistic. So, another great little term I like to use is, you know, it's like peace and love. Love isn't thinking less of yourself; it's thinking of yourself less. That's how you get rid of pride.
I don't want to sound like like a like I'm like pretending to be genius mode here
Yeah.
because we had to read this for a philosophy class, which is like
Just yeah, get on with
whatever
it.
last year. But Aristotle, his idea of a perfect guy knew their
The
self-worth.
magnanimous man.
Yes, they knew their self-worth perfectly, which means that like this is a perfect person. So the perfect person knows themselves perfectly, and they don't. That's it's sort of like it's in the sense of self-love is not bad because it's kind of hard to explain, but it ties into. Hold on, let me reboot my thoughts.
Okay.
So, Aristotle says, perfect person loves themselves because they know their own worth perfectly, and they know their own worth perfectly.
Okay.
Now, to the outside observer, the perfect person appears arrogant or egotistical or narcissistic because they love themselves.
Yes.
And they might say something like, after you compliment them, they're like, "That's thank you for complimenting me," instead of, or we're like, they're like, "I know, but thanks for complimenting me,"
Yes.
because they know their own worth.
It's like internal
perfectly.
recognition. Yeah. And
Yes.
and there's definitely
But it's not a
different.
negative thing. It's not lack of gratitude for the compliment. It's a perfect understanding of the self.
Yes. Okay. And here's some other things I would like to add to it. Okay.
Mhm.
So part of what I would like to say is that, ultimately, we're all valued the same. Or like
Yes.
at least like same like total quality. We're all 100%. Now, of what
agree.
nature, of what like what's contained in our in our little self, it's different for each person, you know.
Mhm.
So it's like inherently a different thing. But yeah, ultimately we're all like 110%. So we all are capable of being the perfect person, or at least perfect understanding of our value. And I think our value is like the full-on man. But hold on, I was gonna say something else. Understanding self, Aristotle nonsense. Understanding self.
Just clipped someone so hard.
Yeah, currently I'm locked in being a pirate captain right now, so I don't have much to say.
Can we open a new can?
A new can of worms.
Yeah.
A new can of worms.
Or as
Mr.
Mr. what's his
Anywho,
face? Stebbins.
I'm just gonna say these last couple things. Depression is inherently narcissistic
Woo.
because depression is like as long as like not the non-chemical depression, the non like actual like ebbs and flows of like dopamine cycles or serotonin in your brain. The actual like the cycle of depression. I mean, not the chemical depression. Okay, let me iterate that real quick. The actual cycle of depression is narcissistic because at that time you are thinking about yourself. Like, I'm so bad, I'm so this, which ultimately prevents you from like really experiencing life. But that's not a bad thing, you know. That's just kind of like a very natural thing for humans to do.
Yeah, I don't think that it's bad. It's like trying to say that true love is, like Jack was saying, like true love is obsessive. The idea of what we were saying, true love
I mean, yeah,
is obsessive, which is
like,
too far and wrong.
there's
I don't think that that's the case.
there's definitely
in
like
either of these.
okay.
It's just a natural response.
Yeah, it's part of it. That's, you know, like I'm like I think narcissism has such a bad context in this because it's thrown away like so much, like saying like you know, man, you're narcissist, like man, hypocrite, narcissist, all this nonsense. Like, you're such a self-centered asshole. I mean, like, what's it called? Depression and sadness and self-loathing. Self-loathing is a better word than depression, because depression also has a lot of different faces nowadays. But self-loathing is self-absorption, which is narcissism. So yeah, you have to work with me on my leaps of words. That doesn't necessarily call me saying that every person who's depressed is a narcissist, but I'm saying depression is naturally and inherently narcissistic. It's a selfish thing. Inherently. Now, I'm not saying that's like makes it like.
I think. Okay, when you say depression, I'm really. I don't know.
It's a hard thing to swallow. Like when this is from the book, the Agony of Eros. This is what this is where this is coming from, and it was a hard thing for me to swallow. It was really difficult for me to, for like I'm like damn.
I understand that you really like this book, but you should always be looking at a book like this with a sense of criticism.
No, trust me. There was the criticism. Sorry, I understand that I'm kind of like quoting the shit because I'm like, oh my god, this is brilliant because this is a smart book that I read and this person's smart, so I trust them. I know that's definitely how that sounds, but how it feels is much different. Basically, like, I was trying to see where they're coming from. So their wording, I don't agree with their wording all the way, but I do agree with that. The truest pain is thinking of yourself, like, so much. Like, it's pride. The worst sin, it's the worst idea. It's thinking of yourself. It's, and that's what pride is. Pride is thinking of yourself. It's not thinking of yourself good necessarily. Someone who can be completely like hate themselves could be a prideful person.
That guy's a katana. What?
Yeah, katana's
It's the next thing after dual cutlass.
It's slightly faster, but because dual wield has 2, I think it's technically faster. And
It's after what?
It's what you get after
dual cutlass.
Dual. It's before rapier.
Oh, I skipped that, I guess, because I played before that was a thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyways,
rapier's after katana.
You're welcome, kid.
But yeah, like, I don't know. This is gonna be the thing that people argue with and say you're a complete asshole. But I'd say, well, you're not listening to me, kid. Like, you're not understanding what I'm trying to say. Because what I'm trying to say is that, like, the reason why you're depressed, a lot of it is because you're self-absorbed. It's not a bad thing. I mean, it's a very natural thing. But I
think.
But my dad died.
Okay, wait.
Like,
Let me finish.
Okay.
I'll let you finish.
Like, okay. Yeah, I don't think it's all cases. It's not the explanation of all cases, but I think, like, lots of sadness. Like, if someone were to be lonely, right? Now, it's definitely a terrible feeling to have, but a lot of it comes from.
Dude, there's a guy telling you.
A lot of the sadness of loneliness comes from, like, man, I'm truly unlovable. Like, no one wants to talk to me. Talk to me. No one loves me. I must be ugly. I'm ugly. Me. And what I'm saying is, like, what attributes to that pain, that kind of, like, depression. When I say depression, I mean like that, like the physical shape of depression, like the kind of like implosion inward, is because you're so focused on yourself and how you feel. And it's not a bad thing. It's definitely like it's like the scab that's needed for a wound to heal.
I think there's also a certain point where it's a matter of concern for themselves, like, oh,
yeah, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
and that's
okay.
that's what I'm trying to say. That, like, the way I'm using the word narcissist is not I don't mean it in the bad way. I mean it in the self-absorbed way. Like, because you're thinking about yourself, and that's like you're thinking about yourself to a near unhealthy level, and that's like kind of depression. That's narcissism. It's not a bad thing to other people. It's a bad thing to yourself.
I just think it's equating two things that should not be equated. It's like
that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm using the word.
It's two things that aren't really related. Trying to equate them, like you can equate any two things because there are similarities in everything because everything is part of one whole.
Okay, I see how you feel about
that. In the end, it's
One
not
of us
really.
is so dumb, sorry.
It's not really. In my opinion, it's not.
I
They're
think
just not.
This is what I think. This is what I think. I think you would agree with me if I could explain it better.
No, I understand what you mean.
Okay.
I know where you're coming from.
Okay. Okay.
I just don't agree.
Okay. Now separate the words from it. Like I just kind of mean like. Now if I were to put these words differently, I think you would I think you would agree that self-absorption makes you sad, and the sadness is a result of like self-absorption.
It's a true statement, but we shouldn't. Narcissism is inherently negative.
Okay. Okay.
In the English language.
Right. Yes. Yes. And that's the problem with this statement. That's what makes the problem. Like the statement is meant to be shocking, right? And that's how it's employed in the book, at least like how it's meant to be employed, because it's used as a shocking statement that tries to get people to question about it. And it definitely worked for me, because I'm like, what the H is wrong with this? This is stupid. This is wrong. And then I've tried to rationalize, like saying like, okay, well, let's try to rationalize it inside my head. And I've rationalized it to the point where I agree with it, but not because of like the inherent words. But like, when I say narcissist, I don't mean like a clinically like. So I'm not saying like someone who's like diagnosed narcissist. And I'm not, when I say depression, I don't mean like, I'm not trying to discredit depression, and I'm not trying to like soften either of these two words, Sorry, it's got on a complete tangent on that. It's not about the words. What I'm trying to say is that ultimately, one of the greatest pains you can feel is self-absorption, and one of the most painful and that's why I said depression, because depression, when in a state of depression, you are thinking a lot about yourself. Now, not every time, right? There's definitely lots of.
I think it's rationalized as we think we are ourselves. It makes sense to think about yourself because we are ourselves.
Yes. But I would say that when you start thinking, okay. Sorry, I'm thinking about thinking. Sorry, I'm doing pirate stuff right now.
No, don't worry about it, man.
When you start getting concerned with things that aren't your personhood, that aren't like your natural like core or soul of love, that's when you start getting more painful, So, like, for example,
if the opposite of love is hate, then that's the furthest, and that's what you're trying to say is most painful?
I'm not saying... No, I actually disagree with that. I don't think hate's the opposite of love. I think apathy is the opposite of
What's the opposite of love, then?
Apathy.
Apathy is nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And love is everything. See? That's what I believe. I believe that,
No, it's love is the end goal of everything, but it is something.
Yeah, no, but like I think
it is understandable and explainable with words,
and
it is a feeling that you can know.
The strong feeling of hate, even choose like means there's like actual still caring there. There's caring about the person or caring about the actions. That love is still present in those actions, whether it be inside you or inside another person.
Well, it's like saying that that zero is the opposite of infinity instead of like negative infinity.
Well,
okay.
To a point, there is some truth in that.
Okay, I think hate is the opposite of like infatuation and liking. Like I think hate's the opposite of.
I think hate's the opposite of obsession. I would say, or
infatuation.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah.
I would say hate is the opposite of the infatuation. It's the the grand liking. But I would also say that to truly love, to truly hate something and truly love something, you both have a care, and that love is the ultimate caring, and apathy is the lack thereof care. So that therefore
Dude, I need to be killed for how good I'm doing. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's so
I don't know. I'm
fun
not
to
this-
try and
No
blow up.
offense to anyone.
I just,
like,
it's,
I'm
it's,
full-
I
I'm
just don't think
wholehearted
that
on this
zero
opinion.
is the opposite of everything. Is
Well, I think there's a different way to say that there's an opposite. I think there's two opposites to something. It's the,
Yeah.
the
And
absence of it,
this is
or it's
this is where the
genuine,
problem
like,
of being
flip it.
human and having human concept of language is struggling.
yes, this is definitely a language thing. If we ask somebody else with a different language, their answer would be different.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, this is definitely a language thing, but like our individual feelings and biases towards these words, we would probably agree.
I don't know. I think. I don't know. Well, I certainly agree with that. Like, I think when we throw around the term narcissist, I think of a certain person that I really don't like. So I'm gonna have to think of that. And then I'm
Oh,
gonna
can we
say
share it? Can we share, or is that not good for the
it.
podcast? We can bleep the name out.
No.
Can I know what it starts
I mean,
with?
it was just
Does
a
their name
statement.
start
It was
with an
really
A?
just a statement.
Does it start with a P?
Does it start with an A?
Does it start with an A?
I believe it starts with an A, doesn't it?
Maybe a B.
Ooh, perhaps a C.
No. Yes. Yeah. Anywho. Yeah. There's definitely. I don't know. This is definitely. I feel like this is a language thing. So I would say for the
Can we open a new can of worms, please?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
begging
yeah,
at
for
this
the
point.
sake of like trying to avoid frustration or redundancy, let's kill the topic and open a new can of worms.
All right, racism. Good or bad? What do we think, guys?
Racing?
No.
I don't know about this. So what are we gonna talk about? Our ideal moral system?
The socioeconomic climate of the
Everyone-
world.
I would be
Um,
good at talking about that. I have a lot of opinions.
No, that was a joke.
Oh, did you see the release of the current political state in America topic? Did you guys see the like photos released of like all the secretaries of Trump and stuff?
No.
They're actually like, so the photographers, because the government's been funding like the arts and stuff, and photography is an art in a sense because it is. The photographers edited the pictures so that and like released them publicly, so that, and like didn't edit them, so that you could like see the grotesque image of like all of these like public, like Caroline Levitt and J.D. Vance and Trump, and holy, like it's genuine disgust when I see the images. Like, holy, like it, like I'm glad they portrayed it that way, because it just truly shows like what like people think when they see these people.
This is a modern day political cartoon.
Holy crap!
Yeah, what just happened? What just happened? What just happened?
Did we all? Holy crap!
I'm still in the ship.
I am too. I was jumping though, and I got caught by like the mast.
Our ship got
Where's the
flung
captain?
for the 0 people listening.
Yeah,
for
holy crap.
our audio listeners. Oh my
Peter,
goodness.
clip that. Wait, I'm gonna clip that. Metal, clip that.
Okay, in any case, I believe that stuff like that is modern day political cartoons in a sense. They're clearly designed to elicit a certain response from a certain group to a certain group. Or
John,
the
please
whole,
drive the
rather.
ship. This is your ship now.
Okay, I didn't know that that's how that worked.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of modern political cartoons have expanded massively, but it's more of a, there isn't any single thing, but everyone is always trying to subtly influence you one way or another.
Yes.
Fact check status. Captain removed. True.
I just soloed someone easily, and they were pursuing me for a long time. Just saying.
Oh, our ship is about to. We need to take the fort back because it was doing passive damage, and now we don't.
We're almost done. We've almost beaten them.
But if we take the fort, it will go much quicker. Because now
Just
we just
destroy
have to
their
do a bunch
hull.
of-
Their hull is still there.
repairing
That's what's
everything,
most of
though.
it.
Like that's why they're all locked in. They're repairing everything. and they've got like a kill crew in there, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they actually have like they
They have a good setup because they have the fort behind them. And if we take the fort, then
Earlier though, I went in and I killed 6 of them in one run. They're all kind of buns in melee fighting.
yeah.
Okay, we need to take the fort though because they're holding it, and it's going to keep doing damage to our ship instead.
Okay.
And like you can see
what's
you can
a
see
fun
the walls
topic?
being rebuilt.
What's a fun topic? I have nothing specific to say.
One
Yeah.
Piece is mid.
That's true, but that's not very philosophical.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to
Um,
be philosophical.
Okay, well, if we're not going philosophical, then it's true. One Piece is mid.
Yeah.
It's more than mid. It's bad. It's
Yeah,
bad.
The only thing that I wouldn't want to go is political. Really.
God damn it.
I like talking politics.
I don't know. I just think it's. I don't know. It's kind of like what we were talking about, like earlier.
It's like
just,
my favorite topic,
It's,
unironically.
it's just
to
so
talk
very.
about.
It's very much so like. It's like a people problem. It's like a huge miscommunication, and that's why it just sucks talking about it. It's so draining to talk about. For me.
I like to talk about it because, in the end, to me, all politics should end in love,
Yes,
and
I agree.
unified human love.
Oh, actually, wait for a sec. I'm gonna brag about myself. Not really brag, because I don't like. Yeah. Anyway,
Kid, are you
what?
Are you 18? You're going to that something, right?
I will be 18 in 4 days.
Okay, cool.
Wait,
Why? No
Just
video.
curious.
did he?
I'm still 17.
Ah, okay. Don't worry, Jack. I can buy you your carts. I won't.
Okay. I can get my own too. I have friends.
I killed
Uh-huh.
30.
Cool.
Alright, I'm done playing this game. Can you and
Yeah,
I
Mike?
as
am
well.
too.
I as well. What were we gonna talk about? Oh, yeah. I think every type of protest and every type of politic and whatnot should totally result in love. So, at a street
I'm gonna use
corner,
the bathroom real quick.
Yeah,
for
let me.
for 3 hours straight, I held up a giant sign that had a huge heart on it that just said love.
Yes, I think that love should be the end of all.
Yes.
But let me also say this. This is a very controversial opinion. I am a pacifist by the meaning of like I want peace in anything and everything, and that's what I want everyone to pursue. But I don't like any modern pacifists at all because I think that the fastest path to true pacifism and peace is war. And I don't think that there's any way around that. History has shown that time and time again. The only way that you can make another agree to peace is by defeating them.
It's yes. I've heard your opinions, John.
I haven't said that to you. I know for a fact that I've only said that to Aiden.
Well, what I mean by that is like, I know your feelings of like love, war, and destruction. Well, not love. I'm kind of liking to hear your opinions on feelings and love, but I definitely have heard your feelings of war and fighting and destruction.
I fight for love. I think that love is the greatest expression of humanity,
Yes.
and that to best get true love, one must have death. There's like it's love and death are the same thing, and life and death. Death is what makes life beautiful and whatnot.
Yes, I would concur. Actually, I'm going to end the podcast here because it's an hour 23 now.
Okay, well, you get the point. You get the gist. We talked
Yes.
about generally love.
Yeah, I think I think we kind of wrapped it up in the discussion where we needed to.
All right.
In video.